Hi, how's everybody doing? And welcome to the Young Brother of Soul podcast show. And yes, it is me, your guy, the Young Brother of Soul. First and foremost, what I want to do is I want to give a great shout out to my hometown Eagles. As y'all can see, I got my gear. I mean, some people are complaining about the situation, but hey, a win is a win. You know, we beat Tampa Bay, who I definitely can't stand. I can't stand Tampa Bay. And I also want to give a shout out to my hometown Philadelphia Phillies, who are the number two seed in the NL. Hopefully, if I'm right, excuse me, I'm predicting a 2025 World Series here in Philadelphia. So yeah, shout out to the Phillies. Shout out to the Phillies. And I also want to give a shout out to my daughter, who will be turning 7 on Sunday, and she's also a cheerleader for the Oakland Wildcats. So this is her second year, and sooner or later, she will be going into competition, and she cheers for the football team. So, shout out to my daughter Adore. Daddy loves you dearly. All right. On today's episode, excuse me, I apologize for that. On today's episode, what I want to talk about is why are there so many draft busts in the NFL? What's up with these players? They do so well in college. Then when it comes to the NFL, they just, oh my God, I don't know what it is, but there are so many draft busts in the NFL. Lord have mercy. Y'all want me to get started? Y'all really want me to get started? Let's start off with a draft bust that, well, yeah. Mitchell Trubisky from the University of North Carolina. Wow. He became the second overall draft pick in the 2017 draft. The Bears traded to get that the second overall pick. I believe it was with the 49ers, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that did not turn out so well. I mean, you still had Patrick Mahomes on the list. You still had, at that time, Deshaun Watson on the list. But Mitchell Trubisky, yeah, he's definitely a draft bust. I mean, he has 74 touchdowns with 48 interceptions, 1,219 completions, and 12,715 yards, but he's not the starting quarterback that Chicago really wanted. I believe he made it to the playoffs twice. He made it to the playoffs twice, so yeah, then he went to the Bills, then he went to the Steelers, and now he is currently a backup quarterback to the Buffalo Bills. So, yeah. Chicago fans, I don't know what to tell you with the quarterback situation. Honestly, I think y'all should have gave Justin Fields a chance, but y'all do have Caleb Williams, who's a good quarterback, but y'all should have gave Justin Fields a chance. In my opinion, that's my opinion. Another draft bust who we want to talk about is Tony Mandrich from the University of Michigan State, who was the second overall draft pick in the 1989 class, which was definitely a great class because you had Troy Aikman, Derek Thomas, Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, Tony Mandarich. Yeah, he was with the Packers from what, 89 to 92. Then he went to the Colts, and yeah, he didn't turn out to be what you thought he was. Nah, sorry, Packers fans. Yeah, that was, oh boy. Another draft bust, Matt Leinart from the University of Southern California, USC, who definitely was the 10th overall pick in 2006. Yeah, Matt Leinart, yeah. Oh my God. I will never forget he had that, what was it, the Rose Bowl against the University of Texas, which was with another quarterback from that class who also was a bust. Vince Young. It was USC versus Texas. Texas came back and won that game. So yeah, then later on those two got drafted. So yeah, well, Matt Leinart. Oh Lord, he had 15 touchdowns to 21 interceptions, 4,065 completed yards, and three over 300 completions. Yeah, that definitely is not a good stat for a first round draft for a quarterback. I mean, you got drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, you had the great Anquan Bolden, you had Larry Fitzgerald, and you mean to tell me you couldn't win there? And then he got outbeat by his job and by the Kurt Warner, who happens to be a good quarterback. Kurt Warner was a good quarterback, but yeah, Matt Leinart. Then he went to the oh Lord, who did he go to? He went to the Texans, the Raiders, the Bills, and yeah, Matt Leinart definitely was a draft bust. Injuries and yeah, Lord, just know that he was the supposedly the first quarterback to start in that was the State Farm Stadium, University of Phoenix Stadium, which was called at the time. Yeah, yeah, Matt Leinart definitely is a draft bust. Oh man, like I said, like I said, 15 touchdowns to 21 interceptions. Now that definitely is not good. Oh boy, another draft bust. Tim Couch, who was drafted first overall by the 1999 Cleveland Browns, who just came back into the league. I mean, that draft class, the next draft pick, the Eagles picked Donovan McNabb. I mean, what if the Browns would have drafted Donovan McNabb? And then, of course, they had Ricky Williams, who was drafted by the Saints, which, oh, Lord, Mike Dicker gave up so many draft picks to draft him. And yeah, look how that turned out to be with Ricky Williams. Even though he was a good running back, but he did went to the Miami Dolphins and did his thing. But yeah, but Tim Couch definitely he definitely was a draft bust from the University of Kentucky. I mean, he did make it to the playoffs one year, but I mean, 64 touchdowns to 67 interceptions, 11,131 yards, and over 1,000 completions. I mean, 64 to 67, that definitely is not good for a for overall draft pick for a quarterback. I mean, oh my god. Like then again, what if he would have never got drafted by Cleveland? I mean, you know how many quarterbacks Cleveland went through since they came back into the league in 1999? Yeah, I believe that if he would have got drafted somewhere else, I think he would have been in the league longer. But other than that, I mean, he played for Cleveland. Like, ugh, poor Cleveland fans. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And another draft bust. Oh my God, Kevin White, who was the seventh overall pick in the 2015 NFL draft. I will never forget that. He was from the University of West Virginia. Yeah, Kevin White definitely is a draft bust. I mean, he only had 28 receptions, career interceptions to 397 receiving yards, no touchdowns. Yeah, that definitely is a draft. I know Chicago would have wished they would have rethought about that because his rookie season he got hurt. His sophomore season he got hurt. His junior year he got hurt, and then in 2018 they didn't pick up his fifth option. He went from the Cardinals to the 49ers to the Saints, and now he's out of the league. So, yeah, Kevin White definitely was a draft bust. I mean, he was good in college, of course, at the University of West Virginia. Then it's like he couldn't get it together once he came into the NFL. I mean, he was supposed to be their top receiver. I believe he would have been playing with at the time, was it Alshon Jeffrey? And I believe Devin Hester, if he was still on there. But yeah, Bears fans, I know sometimes y'all draft picks are oh my goodness. But yeah, Kevin White definitely was a draft bust. I mean, he had no receiving touchdowns, so that shows you right there that he, yeah. Uh, what if he would have never got injured? He probably would have been league now, but since he got injured so many times, yeah, Yeah, he's definitely a draft bust. Oh Lord, oh another draft bust. Justin Blackman, the fifth overall pick in the 2012 NFL draft from the University of Oklahoma State. Justin Blackman. Oh my God, he was a good quarterback, but he couldn't stay out of trouble. I mean, he only had 93 receptions to 1,280 receiving yards and six touchdowns in his career, and he got suspended, reinstated, and in 2014 the Jaguars didn't, you know, re-sign him. I mean, yeah, the guy was trouble. I mean, was he a good quarter? Oh, excuse me. Was he a good wide receiver? Yeah, he was, but he can't he couldn't stay out of trouble. So sometimes with a player that keeps getting in trouble, you're giving them so many chances. Like sometimes you'd be like, okay, yeah, you're done, you're done. But Justin Blackman definitely is a draft bust. I mean, can you imagine if he would have never gotten in trouble? He definitely would have been a top receiver in the league. But he only been in the league for 2 years, so yeah, Justin Blackman. Oh Lord. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, another draft bust from that class of 2012. Trent Richardson was the third overall pick in the 2012 NFL draft from the University of Alabama. What happened to Trent Richardson? Like, what happened to him? I mean, he was great in Alabama. He did his thing with Nick Saban. The next thing you know, he got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. Then again, being drafted by the Cleveland Browns, yeah, some players I don't, yeah, I don't think that it works like that all the time. But he had a good rookie season. He had an okay rookie season, and then overall in it with his career, he had 17 touchdowns with 2,032 rushing yards with 113 receiving yards with just two receiving touchdowns and out of his career. But he had a good rookie season, and then the next year they traded him to the Indianapolis Colts. Everybody talked about that. That was one of the most craziest trades, in season trades in the NFL. That was one of the most craziest. I mean, he was doing good, and the next thing you know, he got traded, and then he didn't do much in Indianapolis. Then I remember he did play a little stint with the Baltimore Ravens, but from what I've seen, Trent Richardson, there'll be a big hole in the middle from his line, and instead of him running through, he'll run around and yeah, Lord, Cleveland fans, boy, I don't know what it is. Sometimes Cleveland makes good picks, sometimes they make bad picks. I don't know what it is, but yeah, Trent Richardson definitely is a draft bust because what if he would have never had those troubles? I don't know. What if he would have been playing like he played like in Alabama? You know, like I said, that was one of the most craziest in season trades that the NFL and everybody talked about. I mean, yeah, that, yeah. Mm. Whew. Mm. Another draft. Boy, Cleveland, what do y'all be doing with y'all draft picks? Especially when it comes to the quarterback. This quarterback, okay, I'm going to give y'all a hint. I think I know who I'm talking about. He was the 22nd overall draft pick in the 2014 NFL draft from the University of Texas A&M. Quarterback Johnny Manziel. Oh my God. Johnny Manziel, 7 touchdowns to 7 interceptions to 1,075 passing yards in his career. I mean, with Johnny Manziel, oh my goodness. Another prime example of a player off the field who could not stop partying, couldn't stop drinking, he couldn't stop using marijuana, or if it was marijuana, if I'm not mistaken, but he definitely was drinking. And I will never forget his first start in the NFL. It was against the Bengals, and it was a disaster from the beginning to the end. I mean, the Bengals shut Cleveland out. It was what, 27-0 or 30-0? No, it was 27-0, and he threw so many interceptions. It's like the Bengals, they were prepared. I watched that game. I was a senior in high school, and I watched that game. That was horrible, and they picked him off so many times. And every time they sacked him, they pick him off. Bengal players kept doing that, and the crowd did not like it. And not only that, he looked horrible in that game. And then the next year, he didn't really improve, and he was only in the league for 2 years. And after that, Cleveland just gave up on him. I'm like, that was crazy, Johnny Manziel. I wonder if he would have never been partying, would he still been in the league today? Who knows? But he did play for the Cleveland Browns, so yeah, the number one most snake bitten franchise. Oh boy, Cleveland. Mm, 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 mm. Another draft bust. A wide receiver, Charles Rogers, from the University of Michigan State, who got drafted by the Detroit Lions in 2003 with the second overall pick. Yeah, Charles Rogers definitely was a draft bust. 36 receptions, 440 yards, receiving yards, and 4 touchdowns. Rest in peace to Charles Rogers, though, but he definitely was a draft bust. I mean, the man could not catch anything. He couldn't get open. Then he kept getting injured, and then Detroit, oh boy, they just they said, you know what, we had enough. And then I believe in 2005 or 2006, Detroit had another draft receiver who they drafted another receiver who definitely was a bust. I can't remember his name until they drafted Calvin Johnson. So yeah, but Charles Rogers, he was horrible. He was horrible. Him and Joey Harrington. Oh man, Joey Harrington. He definitely was a draft bust. He should have. That's another honorable mention. Joey Harrington, horrible, from the University of Oregon. He was horrible from the beginning. I seen him play. Yeah, he looked real bad, especially when Ford Field opened in 2002. He looked bad. Yeah, Joey Harrington was another bust. I don't know how he's not on my list, but yeah, he's horrible. Horrible. Another draft bust. Who we're going to talk about? Akili Smith from the University of Oregon. He got drafted third overall in 1999 by the Cincinnati Bengals. Akili Smith was horrible. He was horrible. He had only 5 career touchdown passes to 13 interceptions, with just only 2,212 passing yards. Akili Smith was horrible. Yeah, he was horrible. It's like he couldn't play or think football. Oh my goodness. And that was another good draft class from 1999. I mean, like I said, you had Donovan McNabb, Dante Culpepper, who got drafted by the Minnesota Vikings. Dante Culpepper was a good quarterback too, but Akili Smith, he was horrible. He was horrible. I know Bengals fans was like, "What in the world do we have here?" Like, oh no, 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 no. And then in 2003 they drafted Carson Palmer. So yeah, but do you think Bengals fans are upset that they wasted that draft pick on Akili Smith? Yeah, I would be too. I definitely would be too. I mean, my hometown Eagles, they had some whew, horrible draft picks. I mean, Jalen Rager, horrible. Freddie Mitchell, horrible. You know, Jerome McDougal, horrible. Bodrick Bunkley, horrible. Yeah. Danny Watkins, horrible. Marcus Smith, horrible. Andre Dillard, horrible. Yeah. Yeah. Mm, 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 Poor Bengals fans. Poor Bengals fans. Oh, another draft bust. This goes to the Arizona Cardinals too. Josh Rosen. Mm, 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 mm. Josh Rosen from the University of USC. 12 touchdowns, passing touchdowns, and 21 interceptions with just 2,864 passing yards. Josh Rosen. He was the 10th overall draft pick in a 2018 NFL draft. Well, the 2018 NFL draft, that class, I mean, the only one that's doing good from that class is Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills. You had Zach Wilson, who got drafted by the Jets. No, excuse me, it was Sam Darnold, who got drafted by the Jets. Come to find out, Sam Darnold was actually a good quarterback from USC. He went to different teams, and he's currently with the Seattle Seahawks. He's doing his thing. So, yeah, maybe it's because of the Jets. Another team that can't draft good quarterbacks besides Chad Pennington and Joe Namath. So, yeah. But Josh Rosen, I mean, yeah, he definitely was horrible. And then the next year, he got traded to the Miami Dolphins. So, do you think the Cardinals should have gave him a chance? Maybe or maybe not. But I mean, he was a rookie. But then again, yeah, he definitely was horrible. I mean, oh boy, Josh Rosen, poor Josh Rosen. Then he went from team to 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 team. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. The last two. The last two. You guys are definitely going to agree with me. But before we go on with the last two, I'm going to need everybody to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that notification button, and tune in for another episode of the Young Brother Soul podcast show because, oh, Lord. Jamarcus Russell, who was the first overall draft pick in the 2007 NFL draft by the Oakland Raiders. He came from LSU. 18 career passing touchdowns to 23 interceptions to 4,083 passing yards. Yeah, Jamarcus Russell was horrible. He was horrible. And the crazy thing about it is he was doing good in LSU. Like I said, a lot of players they do good in college, but when it comes to the pros, they just I don't know. This is good. He only lasted in the league for 3 years. And then the thing about it is Jamarcus Russell, he was a tall quarterback. I believe he was what 6'5", 6'6". Then he started gaining a lot of weight. And they noticed it. And they ran a test on him. They gave him a blank DVD and to say that he looked at film. He never studied the film. He never studied the plays. So Jamarcus Russell, yeah, Raiders fans, I know y'all were definitely upset about drafting Jamarcus. Well, then again, y'all probably were happy, but then when y'all seen for who he really was, I mean, he just kept throwing interception after interception after interception. Then he gained so much weight, kept eating and eating and eating and eating, and yeah, he definitely is a draft bust. Ah, boy. Mm, mm, mm. 2007 was actually a good class. You had Calvin Johnson, Marshawn Lynch, Adrian Peterson. Yeah, Raiders fans, I know y'all wish y'all would have drafted somebody else. Oh boy. And then we have the biggest draft bust in NFL history. To me, in my opinion, the biggest NFL draft bust. Ryan Leaf from Washington State, who got drafted by the San Diego Chargers. And not only that, That was the 1998 NFL draft. Before him, Peyton Manning got drafted to the Indianapolis Colts, and the Chargers selected Ryan Leaf. I mean, 14 career passing NFL touchdown passes, 36 interceptions, 3,666 passing yards. Ryan Leaf was horrible. He was horrible. Every Charger fan knows that Ryan Leaf was horrible. I mean, he just kept throwing interception after interception after interception. I mean, then he went to other teams, became a backup, still was horrible. I mean, oh boy, Ryan Leaf. I remember seeing a video of him snapping on a reporter, and the late great Junior Seau had to come over and calm him down. So he apologized for it, but there was no need for you to snap, man. I mean, he literally snapped on the reporter, and the reporter was looking like, "Well, dag, I just asked you a question." Yeah, Ryan Leaf, you definitely are the biggest draft bust of all time, in my opinion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel as though that there are more draft picks that were busts, leave a comment. Let me know. But other than that, like I said before, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and thank you for watching the Young Brother of Soul podcast show. And make sure y'all tune in for another episode, which will be coming soon. So thank you. Have a good day. And be safe.